better keep your guard up. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 tower defense games.
Zone clear!
For this list, we ranked any and all tower defense games, based on their fun factor and long-term appeal. We're excluding unofficial games like Pokemon Tower Defense. Number 10, Kingdom Rush Frontiers.
Might and magic.
To battle!
First up is a game which took an already successful formula, which we'll talk about in a bit, and managed to add new elements. Like its predecessor, it places addictive tower defense gameplay in an adorable and amusing fantasy setting.
Like a charm.
Bullseye!
This time, though, it goes even further, allowing you to fight in awesome locations like a volcano or even on the high seas, where you can fire cannons from ships. The in-app purchases are a bit more intrusive this time around, as is the unfortunate paywall, which is why we can't place this entry any higher on this list.
Archers ready.
Number 9, Gemcraft Labyrinth. This series' mix of strategy and RPG elements has always been a hit with gamers, but this title was its peak. As with the other games, a variety of monsters approach an orb via pathways, and it's up to you to build gems using mana, which act as your towers for this game. Adding to the already solid formula was the inclusion of walls to redirect your opponents, as well as tower amplifiers to boost your defensive power. Number 8, Desktop Tower Defense. Don't let the simple graphics fool you. This browser-based game is among the most addictive of the genre.
Let's go!
Despite its humble visuals, it won over gamers with addictive gameplay, requiring you to use gold, which you earn from killing bad guys, to build and upgrade towers and destroy even more opponents. Instead of pre-designed lanes, you're forced to create bottlenecks and choke points yourself with the placement of your towers, making planning and strategy all the more important. Number 7, Sanctum 2. When you combine the excitement of an FPS with the strategic gameplay of tower defense, you end up with a pretty creative title. That's what this game does, and it also adds graphic novel-style story panels to narrate its sci-fi plot, making for an all-round unique gaming experience. As great as it is in single-player mode, things really heat up when you hit it up with your buddies on Xbox Live or Steam for sweet co-op play. Number 6, Defense Grid: The Awakening. Although tower defense games have become hugely popular on mobile and PC platforms, this game shows how successful the genre can be on console. The added hardware behind it meant that Awakening is a lot more immersive than its peers. You'll quickly notice the slick sound design and particle effects. It's a futuristic take on the style, in which you're responsible for protecting an entire civilization by keeping aliens from stealing your power cores. Luckily, you get sweet weapons to fight with, like Tesla and Inferno towers, which zap and singe your enemies appropriately. Number 5, Dungeon Defenders. We never get tired of traditional tower defense gameplay, but we like games that are willing to experiment as well. That's just one thing that makes this title a blast, which mixes the genre with RPG elements and third-person action-adventure gameplay, meaning that while you do play sentries for defense, the game mostly revolves around your character taking the fight to the enemy. Though this actually makes the game pretty tough, the cartoonish graphics keep things light and interesting. Number 4, Bloons Tower Defense 5. As fun as we have with basic tower defense games, we enjoy the tweaks to the formula in this series, which has you attack balloons using monkeys with abilities ranging from bomber to super monkeys, who pop the balloons themselves at lightning speed. Watch out for the giant Moab, though, or massive ornery air blimp, which will end your game if it gets through. Tower defense games were never really M for mature, but this one is about as kid-friendly as it gets. Number 3, Orcs Must Die. Next up is one of those titles which proves that sequels aren't always better, since Orcs Must Die 2 just couldn't quite surpass the original game's greatness. This is another tower defense / third-person action hybrid, but it stands out for its blistering pace and variety of traps, including hot coals, which let you burn your enemies, or blade staffs, which let you attack them more directly. No matter what you choose, you're gonna understand the game's title soon enough. Plus, your character is essentially Ash from Evil Dead. What's not to like?
That's it then. The world is doomed.
Number 2, Plants vs. Zombies. As much as we enjoy slaying orcs, there's nothing quite as satisfying as taking out the undead, who are your opponents in this game. Here, your towers are plants, which you use to protect your home and subsequently your brains from a wide variety of creative zombie types. While the second entry went free to play, we recommend forking out the 99 cents and buying the original, which gives you all of the amazing unit variety and no grinding or microtransactions required. Before we get to our number 1 pick, let's take a look at some honorable mentions.
More goodies inbound. Just call me Santa Claus. I see one. Got weapons hot.
Number 1, Kingdom Rush. There are some awesome tower defense games out there, but we had no doubt that this title would be the king of our list. Without messing too much with the genre, the game breathes new life into it with wit, polish, and flat-out fun. Despite only featuring 4 tower types, the upgrades and customization options allow for tons of variety in the gameplay. However you choose to defend against the creeps, you're sure to have a good time. Do you agree with our list?
Something's not right.
What tower defense game have you poured hours into? For more action-packed top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Though I laugh if the last one left standing is him.